dropped. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, man, we live. I'm just letting y'all know, because we just gonna be we just shooting what we call the shit anyway. I don't even know if hopefully I comments. If this is live, if this is working, give us a thumbs up. Whether you tuning in now or tuning in later, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm not going through all the intro shit because I just really want to talk.
Uh oh.
I just really, hey, it's so much that we could cover, so much that we could talk about. We're gonna be as candid as possible. But hey, man,
Mm-hmm.
um, y'all already know what y'all tuned in when y'all get it live, and then we got a great conversation tonight. So you're gonna see Miss T coming in and out, and Rob J, Christy, whatever the case may be. Hey, first off, I want to say this: how is it that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are beefing? I think that's out of nowhere, and I think it's a game. I don't even think it's.
Nah, he cut that shit out of that bill for Elon. When I heard that happen, I think that's probably what caused it. He cut whatever Elon was supposed to get out that bill, it didn't go through, and that's what made Elon go left probably.
Hey, I'm not even like tuned in enough to see what folks are even saying as far as like feeling as though they won some prize because Elon
Mm-hmm.
Musk and Trump is beefing like every other week. I've tuned out all you people that be like, "Oh, this is what you voted for." Like, bro,
Man, that's a we was running into that issue in February. Every time he did something, this what you like. That's like the people that can't get in the club telling you that the music ain't good in the club. Like, all right, bro, we get it. Like, it's just a constant reminder, but they not. Ironically, a week and a half ago when Larry Hoover got the little when he pardoned Larry Hoover, boys was on there talking about, man, y'all
Hello.
y'all gonna let him
No, we are
y'all
live.
happy.
You want to be live? I don't care.
Hey, she
But just
Sharmichael Miller.
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, I had to mute him,
Oh,
Mike.
okay. Okay. So when the Hoover thing came out, boys was like, y'all idiots gonna file for it. He pardoned Larry Hoover. And I was like, dog, y'all know how pathetic y'all sound? Who happy that Larry Hoover got out that voted for Trump? Think about that, bro. Think about those are two different people. Somebody happy that Hoover's out and they voted Republican. Come on, bro. That those people don't exist. Think
Right.
about what you're saying. So it's
Right.
like every time something happens and he do something, they come with this. You like, bro, chill. We get it. Like, we get it. They're getting into it. Like, okay, bro. Like, what you want? What are you getting from that? Where's the win for you in that?
The other part to this too is it's all of this like see we told you so and not enough action going on in their own ideology. Like, hey, what can we do differently? What do we not make a connection on with people? Like even voters. This should be the conversation. Hey, that's why I say most people are dumb, bro. I'm on that type time right now. I just think it's a lot of
Mhm.
idiots out there and it's funny. That's why we can come here and piss a lot of y'all off because we be saying shit that makes sense. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, like let's really think about this reasonably here. As far as so you're happy that you're excited and overwhelmed that it's all going bad for Trump, so to speak, or the country's a shit show, and you live here.
I think
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Just end of the day, man, my allegiance to the truth. If Kamala and whatever VP was in there having this shit show, I think you would be doing the same thing if she would have won. I'm just keeping it buck, dog. I don't think your behavior would be that different than the people celebrating Trump. And I mean, it don't mean nothing. It is really like the only thing I'm just kind of intrigued with is like it's the first time I really can recall being able to sit on the sideline and just watch like you know two white folks crash out. I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, damn, is this what they feel like when they're watching us? But I think you would be doing the same thing. I mean, you wouldn't be excited if they was in there flexing. You would be like, oh, I just care about the good of the country. Come on, man, that's just what people do.
I think the difference in if Kamala was doing it Literally, the Democrats always do that, though. The Democrats always do something performative, so it wouldn't be shocking. It wouldn't be nothing out the norm. I don't think that what they doing, I, to me, it just doesn't matter. Like, but my thing with everybody was, it was almost like a celebration. Like, ha, look what we talking. Like, bro, they getting into it. Like, how many times have we seen? How many times have we seen Trump get into it with somebody on the internet? This is regular. He's not letting anything slide. Like they say in the gang life, he's not turning anything down. So it's just not shocking to me. But I do find it kind of funny that this is the leading thing. The Larry Hoover thing was said, but nobody spoke on when they told you that Biden been incoherent and he had the disease, and he pretty much has been out of there for like the last 2 years. Ironically, nobody's speaking on that, and his pen may have been guided by somebody else. Everything he signed off on. Why we ain't talking about that? But we talking about a cat fight between two pale motherfuckers. It's crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. First off, I think we gotta cut the whole well we would too stuff out. Like, well, what would well, we would do it too. Like, we can't participate in that type of degeneracy. We don't need to even be participating in any type of lunacy. Like, you see that even with did y'all know that Kwame Kilpatrick was free?
Yeah, I've been to
Yeah,
coming Cleopatra.
Cleopatra's
Yeah,
been free
for
for
like 3 years,
3 years.
right?
My family
Like,
used to
I
babysit.
really
Yeah, he
shit.
went to FAMU. My family used to babysit him.
I had no like real clue about that. But at the end of the day, I guess Trump had gave him his pardon. You know what I'm saying? It was Trump that pardoned him. And I did
Yeah.
not know about that dude case. Man, that dude had and like what he got the most time ever or something like. I mean, not I wouldn't say ever, but for his crimes committed in that position, they really just threw the book at him. I mean, it was just disproportionately different from other white men. But I think the mistake that a lot of times we often make is that we can go participate like them. We can go do the things that they do. I think Miss T and I have talked about this before. Like, you can't go participate in debauchery in the way that they can because just how they're just interconnected into the system. So I think a lot of times when I'm talking about political view as far as like black people, we just have to exclude ourselves as a whole, and we're just unable to do that. It's a large group of us with victimhood mentality, like, oh, I'm a victim, and then it's a lot of us that are actively thinking, and so we're just kind of like you know
Well, it's a little bit different with Kwame too, because I mean Detroit's a black city. I mean his previous predecessor was a black mayor. It was a very ugly campaign. Coleman Young's maybe some blows below the belt maybe were thrown, and Kwame was very young. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, I mean, the guy might have been when he came to office like 33 years old, and he's a bright politician, but I think I was going back to the Eric Thomas quote. You see that with Turkey Leg Hut and other places. Sometimes your talent will take you places that your character won't allow you to stay. And I think he was just a little young, And then there were some issues. There was a stripper who died that was at a party thrown at like the mansion there. So he was just he was just doing a little too much, man. I think if he would have got elected at 43, he probably been a real promising, politician. Yeah. But hey, at the end of the day, and I would say one thing to go back to what you said. I don't. What's wrong with saying, uh, what would the other side do? I mean, see, a different thing about me. I don't care about either side. I don't. I say, fuck the Republicans and the Democrats. I don't. My allegiance is to the truth and like to what benefit Black people. I don't see what's so egregious about saying that. But just to point out another example of hypocrisy, Eliot Spitzer, who this guy was I think he was the prosecutor or DA something in New York City. He got caught with some prostitutes first. Mary White did that. Then he got a second charge. This one here is like borderline pedophilia, underage chicks, right? He well, he's running for office again. They had him on the View, and when he came out on the View, they all clapping at this that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? For the same, well, Trump is a rape, this that, and the other. So I'm like, is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one Mike? You know what I'm saying? But he running for office again. They say, why you running? He said, because I believe I'm a great politician. I was like, man. I was just like, so it's a lot of stuff. It just be, you know, I don't know, man. It's just be hidden in plain sight.
I think as long as you don't say the wrong thing, or you not offending a certain type of politics, then you good to whatever. Excuse me, you good for whatever happened. You can survive it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, you can survive it. That's just what it
Pedophilia,
shows.
pedophilia, like,
That's
that's
man.
a new low.
That
That's a
that
new low.
that that it's a list right now that's been linking around for years. And ironically, you just said you were saying what you said about both sides, and there's people on both sides on that list, and that list will never come out because of certain people on there. You feel me? And they got a
Yeah,
lot to do with pedophilia too, and it ain't gonna never come out. It's gonna stay in. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it's at, protecting whoever is protecting. You feel me? Because of and that's what. So it's not really shocking because we know how they get down. Like as a whole, you feel what I'm saying? Like the the man with the most the power hand gonna get over every time. You feel me? So that is crazy
yeah.
though.
Miss T,
That
you
is
there?
crazy.
Can you hear? Or is she stuck?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, damn. I ain't know you look like a bot up there. It's like she might be an AI bot. What she? Are you here to
No,
intercept information?
I'm here. But you can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I just cut your vocals because of background. But I mean, this is all I'm saying. All that's cool. I'm talking about specific. Okay, when you say why question it, what happened to Rob? Did he back out? When he says why question the other side? I don't think I'm doing that. I'm just saying that we can't participate. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. I gotta do the reset. You know what I'm
My
saying?
bad. I hit the wrong button. Like, and it was camera. I was trying to close out the preview camera and not close myself out the room.
Nah, you all right. Hold on. I'm just bam, bringing us all back. Hold on, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be all fancy smancy right now. So that's why people like, what the hell is going on with the camera? I should do some cool little editing type shit, but I'm just not I'm a little faded right now, so that would look kind of silly. But anyways, going back to these comments. Somebody asked if we had a PO box so they could send us packages. No, I don't want to be sending no packages to no PO box. Get out of here, dog. Just file. Then look at the name. Just file. Like, bro, no,
Mhm.
nobody wants to. Nah, no. Anywho, man. Nah, what I was saying, Rob. I it, I understand that people listen inherently, right?
Mhm.
Everybody has some type of temptation. If you're not careful, you have some temptation to do the wrong thing. I understand that, but I feel like we really just can't afford that. I think as a people we can't afford to take the type of chances that they're able to take because we financially, just as a minority group, have no wealth to be taken. Everybody's committing some level of fraud, let's just be honest, and it's terrible. But
Okay.
it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the way we view us being mischievous is different to how they view us being mischievous, and we can see that due to how they punish us. So I just don't think. And then it's like even when they reward, like when you talk about the Free Larry Hoover campaign, or even the pardons that are getting like overly publicized. Like, look at the men that he is pardoning. Look at the men that we actually praise. You know what I'm saying, in our community. Um,
Yeah. Well, he has had historical pardons too. He pardoned Jack Johnson posthumously as well. So I mean,
Beverly, what's the lady? Beverly, the lady that the Democrats put in jail for 3 years because she was preaching in front of abortion clinic. He pardoned her the minute he got in office. She was free
yeah. And
the
people talked about
second.
that whole one of the things people said after the initial, I guess, whatever it's called, administration. Well, oh, y'all did that. He don't have a black person in the cabinet. And then now he got a black prison czar. There's a black woman who, is pretty much spearheads most of the presidential pardons now. So, seemed like a pretty good appointment. I don't really, I don't
I,
have a dog in the fight with the Larry Hoover thing. I don't really, you know.
I don't think black people worship Larry Hoover. I think Larry Hoover did some stuff and he made the wrong people mad. That's why he got hit with that time he got hit. You don't get hit with that kind of time for those type of offenses and never see freedom just because you committed a crime against your people. It was more political than Larry Hoover. A lot more political than you would think he is, and I think that's why they buried him how they buried him. But I also don't think that black people as a whole run behind Larry Hoover. It's kind of like the big meats. It's like you got that side. You want to see him free, if they didn't do nothing too horrendous. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same token, like I don't think collectively as a whole that black people be like, oh, we want Hoover free. But I just find it funny that they were saying that, oh, the people on my timeline, yo, y'all just love to see him free and yeah, he gonna fool y'all. Black, like, bro, who do you know that would be a Larry Hoover advocate that voted for Trump? Like, they don't. Those two people don't even exist. Those people don't even exist. Like they don't even really exist. Like what do we talk? Like that just. But with the back and forth with everything he do and the coming to the internet, it's performative though. I expect them to perform because that's what they do. That's what they support. They support performative acts. You feel me? So that's not shocking. And like Rob said, bro, I didn't even vote. I didn't vote. I was stuck in a mountain in North Carolina, bro, working. I didn't vote. You feel what I'm saying? I just find it funny, but I am getting my little feet under my legs to troll them about Trump now. Since every time I speak against Democrats, I'm a Trump supporter, so I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I didn't say I didn't vote though. I said it's fuck the Democrats and the Republicans, but I did vote. I voted for Kamala actually, but you know, but at the same time, like I mean, I wasn't necessarily mad that Trump won. I think she had policies that maybe in the short run might have better initially served blacks, but at the same time, I think some of the things that we gonna go through, even even if it does put the stomp down on us in the long run, it may actually be what was needed. Like if you look at the data, you look at some of the best performed Dunbar High School. I think that was what early 1900s best performing math school in the nation. It was black. This was before any affirmative anything, before even integration. But you know, so I think when we have to be maybe having to be um, self-reliant in new areas will be a good thing.
I think we'll start at that before we come together and be that way. I ain't gonna lie
Oh,
to you. I don't
yeah.
think I don't think we got it in us, bro.
Be what
I don't
way?
think with black people coming together and be like, all right, the government is doing this. Let's come together and make this happen. I don't think they got it in them, bro.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
don't
no.
think.
I don't think. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't think. Yeah. I don't think like it's gonna be a come together thing. I just think it'll be like a prune and an evolution type of thing. At this point, I really could see black people, really splitting into separate groups. I think I wouldn't be surprised if in 50 years, was today known as blacks is would be two different organizations, almost like a North Korea, South Korea. North Vietnam, South Vietnam. Soviet Union, Russia, Ukraine. I think like probably will be some type of separation, and because we're not black first, you know, um, there was
facts,
and that's really the
facts.
thing, when you had like Baynard, what's the thing was his name, Baynard Raymond Heyman, civil rights era, you had how am I forgetting the great speaker, man? He was a gay guy. He was a writer as well, and he had a cold debate game. He was this
Talking about,
activist.
James Baldwin.
Yeah, James Baldwin. You see in those eras, everyone was black first. When they got together, it was the black came before your Nation of Islam membership, your sexuality. Now we've segmented to where your segment comes first. I'm a black woman first. Then I'm a black LGBT first, and then the blackness is just it's really it used to be the thing that connected us, and now it's kind of minimized just into just the lowest hanging common denominator that we have.
Yeah,
I
that's
definitely
crazy.
I agree with you when you say black first. Like that's what I think we have to begin to recognize, and that's what I be getting at when
Oh,
I
that's over with, man. That shit ain't never coming back. That's gone.
well
That's
well
over
well
A
with.
I
rap.
I think
a
there
rap.
I think there will be people like us. Listen, the greatest conversation happening right now is in the Deontay, Kyle, John Cannon, and whatever that other dude name. With that the greatest debate right now is going on over there, and they're not talking about nigga shit. You know, these are black men that are debating what masculinity is. What do we need to politically? I mean, I think right now, if you want to know what the average black and woman, even if you come here, you're finding people in the common area that are discussing what's happening politically. And I think people are waking up. I think people are using their brains. However, comma, you definitely see the divide. You definitely see the divide in us, you know what I'm saying? Like red like red lipstick is saying, you know what I'm saying? Uh our ideology, how we feel about things, our commitment and loyalty to the truth is definitely the separating factor between us and niggas that's really lost, that are just buying into the victimhood mentality. We need them, we need their help. We don't feel like we can come together and be responsible enough. That's why I was talking about degeneracy. That's why I'm like, dog, we can't afford to participate in fraud. We can't afford to participate in wild and crazy shit because we got really, we gotta. All right, there we go, Miss T. Look, Miss T been look. She been looking like a little AI. Yeah, AI.
Mhm.
I'm on the iPad, so I'm trying to get it to work right.
But nah, it's like we are. I honestly, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna land. I think this at the end of the day, just need to worry about those that
We can't just her
on her microphone. Hold on, Miss
yeah.
T. I'm gonna mute you just for a minute. We need to worry about those of us that can do it. Fuck if you ain't catching on, I don't think everybody gonna be saved. Let's spit this truth. Let's see who's who. Let's talk this real politic agenda shit. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see who's who from there. It's definitely gonna be a divide, but I'm gonna land
I,
right.
I think I think Rob made a good point when he said in 50 years you're gonna look down and see it's gonna be a split, North Korea, South Korea. I think
Yeah.
when you said Drew, when you said John Cannon and Devontae